New at 10, though, we're getting a first-hand look at this year's crops coming from trees. Last year's drought especially hurt Wisconsin apple growers. It was the worst harvest in 6 decades. The Night Team's Jennifer Hoff says you won't believe, though, what's happening now, Jen.
Right, Michelle. The future of local orchards is bright. Picking has already started, and one Verona grower explains why the crop is making a comeback.
Did a quick run through here.
At Jim Schrader's apple orchard,
There's a couple bushels right on that branch practically.
success never tasted so sweet.
And there's one of my young Honeycrisp trees, and that's just loaded. I mean, it's just, but probably had nothing last year.
Last year's drought nearly destroyed the 4 acres Jim started harvesting as a hobby more than 30 years ago.
We've had some loss, but never in the 30 years had anything like that.
His crop that had dwindled to just 10%
I might have to find bigger picking baskets to put them in.
has made quite the comeback.
With the weather we've had, the cool nights and things, the color on these things are, the color's ahead of schedule whether the apple is or not.
The apples that are ready for market made it to one on Madison's east side. Shopper Steve gave it rave reviews.
Crispy, definitely juicy.
He didn't purchase the Paula Red. Instead, he's holding out for the Honeycrisp that's ready for harvest in about a week.
It has good flavor, has a certain amount of sweetness, but I think the thing that people like most is the crispness.
There are 14 other favorites on Schrader's farm, but instead of Jim, the branches are now bearing the weight.
I mean, there's 10 Spartan trees, and I can't even imagine how many bushels of apples.
Last year's fall harvest may have fallen short.
For me, it's a pleasure to see because, you know, especially after last year.
Jim Schrader, though, isn't looking back, rather ahead on what will be a bright future.
It's going to be a really good year, and I suspect that's pretty much the same statewide, yeah.
Most orchards are open for picking from mid-August through October. Jim's orchard isn't big enough for that. He's going to stick to selling apples at those farmers markets. But he is considering making cider this year with all of those extra apples, as well as giving away some to food pantries. And Michelle, he did give away a bag of apples to us, and I can tell you they are delicious.
They look good. They sounded so crispy. I can't wait.
They're pretty good, pretty good.
Yeah, I want to get one of those after you get done. Thanks, Jen.
Yep.